It's not recording.
Welcome to a very special episode of Can You Not? This time we're doing basically wildcard. We're basically just, yeah, you can hear that bowl. It's got all the little papers in it because we basically just wrote, 10
I had
topics?
9.
9?
Jesse had 9.
And I had 10. So we have a bunch of topics and we're just going to pick them out and we're going to do only 2.5 minutes each and just keep moving at a pace.
Are we going to go through every single one or are we going to stop it at 30 minutes?
No, we'll get to... we'll do a normal length of the show, about half an hour, and then we'll stop. I don't think we got any interesting feedback this week. Your dad, I think, left a comment again on our SoundCloud.
I think he tweeted at me about it.
He tweeted at us discussing the possibilities of maybe grabbing a brew with him.
Yeah,
Potentially going to Fatheads for the new pumpkin cider that they have.
Or possibly grabbing a rogue, so I'm definitely on board with that.
Also, on our last episode, when I mentioned how I thought YouTube Red sounded a lot like RedTube, he had asked, how familiar are you with RedTube?
No, he didn't!
He did.
Shouts out to Bobby Johnson.
OG Bobby Johnson.
OG Bobby Johnson.
Thanks for being our one loyal listener.
Hi, Dad!
Anyway, let's begin.
Okay, so I am sticking my hand in the topics bowl, and I will read the question.
Boom.
Oh no, it's one of mine. Can you read it?
Okay. Esna O'Neill Instastar
We're off to a great start.
quit social media. Update IG pics for real life. This took 100 poses, etc. Harmful effects of selfies.
Okay, so basically what happened was this girl whose name I can't pronounce either, it's like Asina O'Neill or something, was this huge Instagram person. She had like tons of followers and she was on the front page of Instagram all the time. Well, recently she quit social media and deleted a bunch of her pictures, and the ones that were still up, she updated with like, this is how many poses this took, and the whole time I was screaming at my sister and I didn't eat for 3 days and like stuff like that.
Gosh.
So it's harmful effects of selfies and this was in the news today. So I thought that was really interesting. And people are always talking about, no, selfie culture is good, but like, clearly...
I don't know, I haven't heard too many defenses of selfie culture.
I've heard a lot, but I'm also on the feminist side of Tumblr. But, you know,
I think there's things that are good about it, but definitely like, you see people trying to do crazy things that, not even just from like her trying to take all those pictures and but even just from like, okay, I really want this awesome picture out on that ledge. It's gonna look so good. And people have fallen to their deaths because of it.
Crazy people in Russia.
I have a problem with people not savoring the moment. Like people go to events or establishments and take these selfies and then instantaneously leave. I couldn't tell you how many concerts I've been to where they'll take
You've seen people
selfies
leave?
and they'll spend like $40 to $50 on a ticket and then they'll like show up for half the set and leave.
That's nuts.
Or they'll just go to like national monuments or cool places vacationing, but not actually take in the trip.
Because they're too busy snapping pictures.
And then uploading it with ridiculous hashtags. Like they live vicariously through their hashtags, not their actual existence at these places.
When I'm at something and I try to take pictures of it, I try to like only take maybe 2, maybe 3 tops, maybe only 1. Because like I feel like having too many pictures, that's all it lessens the impact of the picture itself. I kind of like having a little bit of rarity in it because we're so exposed. And that's why I think Snapchat's kind of a cool idea, because it's one of the only forms where the pictures don't stay there forever and you have like 5 kajillion of them. They disappear like everything else, which I think is kind of neat.
Yeah, it was really interesting because a lot of what she was saying is that she was saying that she was like addicted to social media. So I don't know if she deleted her accounts or deactivated them or just isn't logging on anymore. But
That's her special
that theme.
creepy timer.
Oh, that theme.
It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas meets meth.
Oh.
Okay, Amber, would you like to pick the next topic?
Okay. I'm gonna pick this one. This one. The one in my hand. Okay.
Whoa!
If you could be...
That's a scroll.
A Pokemon.
A Pokemon, which one would you be? Okay, so real quick, I'm not a real 90s kid, so like I didn't watch Pokemon, but I really liked Oddish. So that's all I have.
I'm sorry, but that fits your personality perfectly.
I've heard everybody hates Oddish.
It's just a Pokemon that's kind of like there, and then it evolves into a flower.
Like the swirls of
It's like, yeah, basically.
Pokemon.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I would be Electabuzz because of my hair and because...
I thought we had the same hair.
Well, my hair stands up though.
True. I could make mine stand up.
But not to like my swagtastic level though.
I was just saying.
Yours isn't funny enough to stand up.
So my hair's funny?
Yeah, because it does stand up.
Dad jokes are back. Oh.
Dad jokes back in the house. I have never seen a single episode. I'm so sorry. The only one I know is Pikachu. And he seems cute. So.
You don't know any?
It's a Pokemon.
That's it.
You don't know any Pokemon?
No.
I know some of them.
I missed out on that whole phenomenon.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize to the audience, but like if you grew up in if you grew up in the 90s, like you were about Pokemon. So these two, one lived in the middle of nowhere, the other lived in a vortex.
My parents didn't like anime. They weren't about it. They wouldn't let me watch
I think my parents are afraid of anime too. I think
my parents just didn't like it. My mom was like, the eyes just throw me off. All I can think about is that the racer anime.
From like the 60s?
Racer? Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know, man.
Cut this segment out. Excuse me, I will write this down again.
I tried to watch Sailor Moon and they were like, what were you watching?
Oh my gosh.
Well, Sailor Moon was porn, basically.
My sister tried to watch an episode like Sailor Moon. She was like into it. My parents were like, this is evil. And that was the end of that.
Because it's women undressing into supernatural things. Like supernatural superpower suits.
Yeah,
They're really
like,
skimpy.
They were skimpy, but like it wasn't like a crude show or anything, like from what I could tell.
But Joe was in the back, like at age 8, like, ooh, shawty.
That's a...
That was a joke of a segment. I can't even believe this.
Turn your alarm off.
I like hearing the whole little riff right there. Okay. Oh, this is one I wrote. What do you think about the world's ugliest dog competition?
Is that a thing?
Yes.
What?
They basically it's all the dogs who their owners consider ugly, and they give them one award. Now, their whole thing is that they claim that it's all about, like, appreciating the beauty in every dog.
But they call it the world's ugliest dog competition.
Exactly. I think it's kind of mean-spirited, honestly.
Shouts out to all the white listeners out here, but I do not give one care about the ugliest dog competition. Sorry.
I don't really care about dogs myself, but I just think it's interesting.
What about dog competitions in general? Like, who cares? Like, in general, like, who cares?
We're insulting the Pokemon fans. We're insulting the people who love dogs.
It's like, what are dog competitions? Like, oh, look, mine is the purest bred. I wonder how many, like, dog sweatshops this puppy has come through. Like, it's gross. I think they're dumb.
I mean, I can appreciate it more when they're doing, like, the tricks.
Well,
that's kind of cool.
I guess when I think of dog competitions, I think of, like...
grooming and stuff like that.
Yeah, and, like, they hold the leash really up high and the dog's, like
Purina.
prancing. Like...
Yes, the one after the Thanksgiving Day parade. The American Kennel.
Oh, yeah, they showed it immediately after.
It's so good. I always watch it. I fall asleep during. See, no, that's so funny. I fall asleep during the parade and watch that because I'm so serious about that.
I always watch the
parade. I thought you just said you don't care about dog competition. Or the world's ugliest dog.
Yeah, the world's ugliest dog.
Got it.
I see.
I don't know. Dog competition.
It's still not working. I restarted my phone and it's still not giving me the option of putting this timer.
That's okay.
Oh, because I didn't set a number. That's why.
World's ugliest dog competition, everybody.
Well,
here we have Joe.
Here's another questionable segment. So we're off to a brilliant start.
This is just one amazing...
This is going to be a short episode. We're going to be having so many cuts and this is ridiculous. Should we just go to the next topic?
All right.
And it's another great one. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Worst vacation destination.
We live in Cleveland.
We're there already.
We're already there.
Worst vacation? Probably like North Korea.
Yeah. let's insult North Korea even more after last week's episode. Let's really build this up so we really get stuff launched at us.
We're gonna get nuked.
I feel like I would do worst in an environment where I was literally just had to fend for myself in the middle of the wild. So I would say like the middle of Antarctica or like Or
That's
like
fair.
because like I could at least maybe kind of survive like in a city environment, like I could get by even if I hated it, but if I was literally out in the middle of nowhere, I would die because I do not have the skills necessary in order to survive.
Where else would I hate to go for vacation? Texas?
Yeah.
Anywhere.
I mean,
anywhere in Texas.
areas in Texas. Because there's some cool areas in
I was
Texas.
gonna say I would really like to go to Houston.
I would love to go to the Austin Film Festival.
Oh,
It's apparently
Austin
amazing.
anything. Austin anything. South by Southwest. I want to go to.
Yes, that'd be great too. That'd be great.
Oberlin?
Hey, Oberlin's cool.
For a vacation?
Not for a vacation.
Lorraine, the city.
Lorraine for a vacation.
Elyria.
Oh, I live there.
This means nothing to anybody who doesn't live in
That's
Ohio.
true.
But Lorraine was basically like a huge, very, very factory-driven area. There was lots of economic boom, and then like 50 years ago, it started to die, and it just is completely dead now.
Just think of like any scene of The Walking Dead. That's pretty much downtown Lorraine. Here's another thing. I would hate to go and vacation in the states of North Dakota or South Dakota.
I think there's
I
so
don't
many
know
cool
anything
things
about
to
those
do.
places.
You just don't hear anything about it.
There's like no one there, like how you were saying. I would like being in the wilderness or whatever, that's cool.
Ugh.
But to me, it always seems so cold there. And I would love to understand why people live there.
That's a good point.
Other
It's
than
really
oil, I would love to know why people live there.
Dude, just
Dude,
stop.
it's not even cute anymore. Alright, so I am going to wield my topic
Carry on.
and crusade.
Oh, it's one of mine.
The Steven Universe thing. Tumblr is eating itself.
Okay, Joe knows about this. So it was like somebody drew one of the characters skinnier than she was, and it's a larger woman is the way that the character is normally drawn. So everybody started like sending death threats to the person who drew the character skinny. And then the creators got involved somehow, and then people were upset. And then the person who had drawn it initially, like, apparently tried to commit suicide and then didn't and posted an update later. And then there are people who are drawing this character skinny in solidarity with the person who had drawn her skinny initially.
Yeah.
So there's like the fat shaming and the oh my god, it's crazy.
It was insane.
Okay. I'm so done with Tumblr. I'm sorry I have to interrupt. Tumblr, I love you and hate you for so many reasons. The chain of comments are either called upon and are totally appropriate, or y'all need to like grow some thick skin. You guys remind me of students at Oberlin.
The bad students.
The bad students that have feels for no apparent reason and have too much time in their hands. Settle down. Oh my gosh. The fact that she wanted to commit suicide because she drew a character
and
too
people were
thin.
still lobbying things at her even after the fact. It was
like they were saying that she didn't actually try to commit suicide, and like.
And then people were attacking the creator because when the creator was young, she did some fan art of like Ed and Eddie, and like people were like, "How dare you promote like pedophilia?" Because I guess it was like kind of, but it's like she was just a kid and she was just drawing some goofy romantic fan art.
Tumblr is angry, and they don't care what they're angry about.
What I find interesting is if they want everything to be exactly, I don't know, to the original, wouldn't these same Tumblr people be upset about these alternate character designs where they're different races or different genders?
Swapped and
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're not. They're not upset about that.
I guess to be fair, the girl who had drawn the character skinnier was also changing some of the ethnicities of the characters, or
I don't
at least
remember.
making it more vague or something like that, and people were upset about that.
Oh, I don't know. I just
feel
thought
like
it was.
makes more sense to be.
If
again,
you
don't
are
send
drawing,
threats.
yeah, like if you're drawing, you're being creative, like that's up to your perspective. Like it doesn't have to be exactly what it was. That would be boring. Would it not be boring?
Right.
Right. And the picture, too, in question, it was really vague. Like, people are saying, oh, they drew this character skinnier, but if you actually look at the picture, it's supposed to be like a family portrait, so there's somebody standing in front of her.
It's hard to even tell.
Yeah, that's like...
Tumblr,
What are you mad about?
Can you not Tumblr? That's my first Can You Not award. Tumblr.
The Can You... Oh, at the end of the year, we gotta have the Can You Not awards. That would be so great.
And then we could all, just have a great time. And this has to be when you're old enough where we can all hears and then just talk about this.
Jesse's 23, Amber's 21, and I am only 20. So
You're a baby. Little babies.
Okay, anyway. It's
She's
my turn,
not
right?
interested. She's not interested in our conversations.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I drew one of mine, and it's just, why are people still defending racist Halloween costumes?
Yes.
Because, like,
Yes.
I went to an article while I was trying to find topics for today, and it was just like racist Halloween costumes. This is what I googled, and I found like this list of like 30 racist Halloween costumes that you probably shouldn't wear. And in the comments, everybody was like, "Why are you so mad though? It's not that big of a deal." And it was like they're defending them actively.
Yeah. People are upset when you take away things that they like, I think is what it comes down to. People, you know, they'll say, when I was little, we played cowboys and Indians all the time. And I was like, well, they weren't actually Indians, first of all. They were Native Americans. And, you know, people don't like when you take down things that have, A, I always been that way, or B, something that they've enjoyed themselves, I guess. It's hard. It's hard. Like, it's a hard thing to come to terms with, and you have to change your mind about something.
So look at it this way. If the American society we live in was not socially, racially separated into so many subdivisions and categories, and a majoritarian group didn't throw oppression upon the minority groups, then this would be a different conversation, right? Mm-hmm. There would be active conversations, there would be active participations, and no one would feel some type of way about it. But it's the fact that majoritarians can dress up as Mexicans or geishas, right, or Aboriginal people for a day. It is a sense of, it is a sign, it's an active, how should I say, it's demonstration of their privilege.
Yeah. Especially when you take an entire culture and turn it into a series of tropes that you get to flaunt around for a day.
I'm Mexican, I got a big mustache, ha ha ha.
Look at my sombrero.
What was really interesting about this news article is there were literal blackface things, and there were people defending those.
Well, I remember hearing, so like one girl, I guess, dressed up, I guess this was a year or two ago, I remember, she dressed up as an African American character from a science fiction show, but she did like the black. And
you
like,
don't need to.
Like she was like, well, I'm just honoring the character who she actually is. Well, you can still do that without putting on you can still dress up as that character without actually painting your face.
There's plenty of cosplay. Like, I'm not into it, but I see it on Tumblr, I see it on Facebook and Twitter all the time, where either black, white, Latin, Aboriginal, Asian, they do different characters that have different looks to them, but they still do it respectably.
Yeah.
They don't, like, you don't have to go that far.
Or make it an authentic, like, maybe like some kind of authentic Mexican, like,
make it a character like instead of a Mexican. Like this character who is also a Mexican, but like, I'm not just gonna be a Mexican. Okay, Joe.
Okay, my turn. Thank you.
From the Ramen Bowl of Destiny.
Ramen Bowl of Destiny. In a kind of similar vein, Americans obsessed with British culture.
True.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Obsessively so.
Who played Loki? Is he British? I don't remember.
I realize this has been kind of a thing since the British invasion in the 60s, but like...
Even before that.
Possibly even before that, but that's really, I think, when it escalated. But like, especially today, you know, it's like, it's almost to a point where I feel like, America obviously is not the greatest place ever in the entire history of everything. But like, I feel like sometimes Americans will disown themselves because they want to be British so bad and ignore the flaws that exist in Great Britain. And Great Britain is wonderful and has many beautiful things about it, but they pretend like it's this utopian society where nothing
I feel like
wrong.
People do that to Japan too, though. Like all the people who like, oh, I want to be Japanese, I'm gonna move to Japan, I like Japanese culture. Like people do.
Yeah, because they're just
people
influenced
do
by
that
the
too.
culture and not by actually living and
like,
understanding the real day-to-day life of the people of that country, right?
And the people who are super into the British stuff are the people who like Doctor Who and who like Sherlock and who like Merlin and all that stuff. So they're like gonna idealize it the same way that the people who like anime are gonna idealize Japan. Like
that's so ridiculous to me that you would find something that amazing, like you take it at face value, and therefore you put this culture or this state, this country, to such a high regard when you really don't know anything about the respective culture.
Mm-hmm. And it's another thing, you take a culture and turn it into a series of tropes, but instead of wearing it for a day, you decide that that's better than what you are, and it's
just so whimsical with their teacups and their bowler hats and their little canes. And
the only way that I can think to like joke about Japan is this series of like flashing images with like peace signs everywhere, so I can't really. But yeah, I feel like people do that because they decide that they don't like where they are, so they decide to like look up to a place where they're not, that they'd rather be, quote unquote, you know.
But it almost becomes like a fantasy, like almost like imagining a fantasy realm. Like when they picture Hogwarts, they start to imagine that's what all of Great Britain is actually like.
Yeah, and Harry Potter, I didn't even think about that one.
I mean, people across the world do that to us. They just think the United States is such a great country.
The American dream.
But we all know that's fake.
Joe.
Okay.
God, Jesse. What superpower would you choose?
That was me.
That was you? I just assumed it was Jesse.
You're such a rude person.
Okay, I would choose super strength because it's super practical and then I could probably take over the world because I'm so strong.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's my answer.
At least look really cool while you like lift up a train.
Or like, I don't know, I could box people and win every time. That'd be rad.
That would get boring.
I don't think it would. I don't think that would get boring.
Jesse?
Regenerative genetics.
Regenerative?
Ooh, that's
regenerative?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so like immortal pretty much.
To a point. Like, I would like my bones and other arteries and stuff like that, but I would still like to grow old. I don't know how that would work. I would have to have
So it's like...
You just don't regenerate your skin. You just like this
I don't know if that's even possible. I guess
Well,
it's
I mean,
not
I'm
possible.
pretty sure you regenerate your body anyway because cells die and
No, true.
happen again.
Well, I guess we all have that superpower.
What if your superpower was a perfect immune system?
Clearly I need that, so I'll take that.
Yeah, because then you would stay alive until like your body just got too old. So
Yeah,
it wouldn't be immortality, but like you would
It
get
would
sick.
be like super good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
I think over time I've come up with the best possible solution to this question.
This is the only reason he asked.
And that is because I would want the ability to morph into things. Because if I needed super strength, I could just like...
That's
morph
totally
into a
cheating. You're not allowed to
bodybuilder.
god play in the superpower question.
If I wanted to fly, I could just morph into a bird.
Joe, you're cheating.
If I wanted to listen in on a conversation, I could just morph into a flea.
I'm pretty sure for that power to work, you have to turn into things that actually exist.
Like
And
a bird and a bodybuilder and a flea. I mentioned all things that exist.
Just, Joe, I'm so upset.
I'm just saying, I think it would be the most...
So you want to be able to turn into other animals?
I'm not... It doesn't have to be animals, though.
No, it does. You have to make rules. You can't just do whatever you want, Joe.
It can be... I can morph into anything.
No, that's not how superpowers work.
It's gotta have a limit. Okay, animals then probably would
Fine,
be...
I can accept that. It can't just be, I can turn into everything I want.
You know what? I take that back. I want to have the superpower of persuasion.
That would be... Probably... That
That
a
sounds
good one,
horrifying. You're a villain.
I'm not a villain. I would use it for good.
Too. At first. With the ominous music.
Okay, Joe.
Alright. I think we each have one more topic.
Okay.
Alright. Why do the protests today suck? Are they even real?
Okay, that one was mine.
That's kind of subjective, though.
But, like, you hear all about the protests, like, in the 60s, and they actually seem to, like...
Look at the protests that went on in Egypt a couple years ago.
Oh, I guess I'm talking about the United States ones.
Oh, okay.
I'm unfamiliar with worldwide things. I just mean, like, in the United States, people be like, oh, we're gonna protest something. It feels so lame because you just kind of wander from one place to another. The only people who are listening to you are the people who are in your little group, and nobody cares.
Well, that's the problem.
But the biggest news story of last year was Ferguson. You can't say that didn't draw any attention.
That's true, but that was, like... I guess that's different than what I was thinking about. I guess,
You weren't thinking in a reaction, so you were thinking of an
Yeah.
organized.
Yeah, because that was,
That was reactionary.
that was very, yeah, I guess that's a good word for it. I guess what I'm thinking about are, like, I went to a slut walk in Cleveland, or, they have the things, like, on campus where they say, we're gonna go here or we're gonna go to DC and we're gonna protest this environmental thing, and it just feels like, who cares? You know, like, nobody does. Especially, like, the only protest, I guess, that I've ever been to was the slut walk the one time, and it felt like we weren't accomplishing anything. Nobody was paying any attention. Nobody cared, you know?
Well, maybe it's just that the idea is now kind of passe. Like, in the 60s, it was, like, the fact that it was happening so often was like, whoa! And now we're just like, a protest. Oh, I've seen that. Heard about that.
Here's the other thing, too. The reason why, like, activism on social media is so pertinent and so impactful is because people are on these devices. People aren't outside anymore. That's the craziest thing. I was about a year ago, I went downtown and I was part of the demonstration for Michael Brown, the initial one. And there was a good sizable amount of people, but the disgust that people would have, like just innocent bystanders walking past you, because it's like, what a waste of time. That's exactly how they look at us.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy thing to think about, but I guess in a sense it is, because no one is out here.
It's not as effective as it used to be.
It's not effective anymore. Now these people that are on Twitter using hashtags, that's more effective.
Yeah.
But the flip side too is that
good.
a lot of stuff online, like the hashtags have been effective, but like other things like the social justice warriors like are not, and everybody thinks that they're a joke.
Well,
you know?
sometimes they can, but they gotta stop they gotta stop picking on all the little tiny things that are making people laugh.
Like making rose quartz too skinny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How do you really feel about it, Amber?
And there is such thing as like there are people like who are promoting bad like ideas of beauty standards, but like that's not a good way.
But still, the way that played down, Tumblr's eating itself. Anyway,
Right.
Jesse has a question.
It's another question I wrote.
Really, all yours, man, oh man.
Do you think Starbucks is basic or not?
You were tweeting about.
Well,
how do you really feel
That
about
was disgusting.
I think we all like Starbucks. It's just that it's so expensive, and that's really where it seems silly to go there all the time.
I feel out of place when I'm in there because I just really do feel like I'm out of place. I get my like cup of hot chocolate or whatever it is, and I leave. I seldom ever stay in them. I don't know, it feels bizarre to me. It's a culture shift.
I don't stay in them because I don't like being in chains. Like in chain restaurants.
Oh, I thought you were about this.
No!
Amber doesn't like
I'm like, wow, Starbucks got extra edgy.
No, I mean, I don't like sitting in chain restaurants, like, ever. I don't like being in Panera's either, or like, but Dunkin' Donuts is gross, so that's a bad example, but I don't like being in Panera's, so.
I don't mind being in chains. I don't mind it. But I can't afford to go there, so I'm not going to go to most of these places because they're so expensive, so why would I go there?
Yeah, I don't even buy McDonald's coffee, so I have my brew at home.
Actually, at Cleveland State, there's a Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also these little machines that are placed around. You can get like a small like cup of coffee or a hot chocolate, and some of these other things. There's like 15 different options for
The whitener?
69
The coffee whitener?
69 cents.
Where's the 69? We need to have this conversation later.
Or 99 cents for a bigger cup.
We need
And
to-
it's
this
kind of
is-
crummy because the cup is really hot and they fill it up so high, but they fill it up pretty high. And then you have to wait forever to actually take the cup because it's so hot. But at the same time, you get the exact same thing at Starbucks for like
It's not the exact same thing.
$5
It's
more.
not the exact same thing.
But I'm saying roughly the same.
It's not roughly the same at all.
Okay.
Starbucks has okay coffee.
But see, I don't know the difference between good and bad coffee, so that's probably
Does
my
it taste
weakness.
good? Or does it taste
good.
like gross?
I think it tastes good. But
If it tastes like gross, you're probably at Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't know
Am I the only person that likes Dunkin' Donuts here?
I like the donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. I can't comment on their coffee.
So you like the donuts from Dunkin' Donuts, but not the Dunkin' from Dunkin' Donuts?
I don't think I really had.
Not what you
Dunkin' part.
dunk the donuts in. Dunk donuts in. Dunkin' Donuts. Ah!
By the way, I think Dunkin' Donuts at one point had the worst slogan ever. They said, "You can do it," because they took the end part of Dunkin' and then donuts was do. I was like, that is such a stretch.
You can donut, basically.
You can do. Like
Nuts.
they took can do.
You can do
Like it was.
nuts.
Like you can do it. That was their thing. I thought that was terrible.
That's
I'm glad they got
awful.
rid of
Whose
that.
turn is it?
It is your turn. It's your turn to end us off for the night.
Why
She
you?
took two by accident.
I'm just gonna do this. What is more basic, Starbucks or being vegan?
Why is it back to back? Basicness.
I hate you. So basically the question is who's more basic, Jesse or me?
I do not drink Starbucks like that. To our listeners,
I'm not vegan like that.
Well, really, let's go into the heart of it. is the definition of basic if we strip it down?
Someone that takes strolls and I don't know.
I'm not even talking about like the characteristics of someone who is basic. If you really strip it down, what is the essence of being basic?
Do you want me to dictionary the word basic?
Is it just the notion of being somewhat privileged and
being
falling into mainstream culture all the time? Like if you really had to strip it down.
Yeah, basically being privileged, unauthentic.
Fundamental is the word I like. I don't know, from the definition.
Yeah, that's fair. You're going with the...
Well, I mean, you take I guess you can take a stereotype and then you don't do any, then you're just a stereotype. Like, you're just kind of this walking person.
You're the stereotype of the mainstream culture, essentially.
Yeah, I guess that's...
Basically be like, yeah, I want a pumpkin spice latte while I'm walking in an outlet mall with a pair of Uggs on and I'm trying to be a nurse.
But it's funny because the pumpkin spice latte, I think, only became a thing like that within the past year or two.
No, it's been longer than that.
Really?
Pumpkin spice has been a thing since I was in high school, and that was 4 years ago.
I didn't realize it was like a
that.
stigmatized thing at that point, though. Like, I didn't think it had the same attention that it has now.
I mean, obviously now it's become like a trope, but it's been a thing for a while.
I've heard of it being a thing. I think it only recently became a trope.
Not super recently, though, because it's been a trope since we were in college.
It's been
4 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I've been out of the loop. I never really had them, so...
God, living in the middle of rural America. God, Joe. No Pokemon,
Okay, so
no
my
Starbucks.
answer is Starbucks.
Vegan.
Why vegan? Vegan has reasons.
Because most of them aren't doing it for those reasons.
Yes, they are. Most of them are doing it so hardcore for those reasons that they shove them down everybody else's throats.
I beg to differ.
Why are most people vegan, do you think?
No, I'm not saying most people, but the people that attach themselves to it, I have a problem with, and they ruin it for me.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you see what I mean by that?
I guess, but
because I feel like when I'm asking this question, it's like the basic people that latch on to these things. What is worse by association? And to me, those basic people that latch on to like veganism is by far the worst in comparison to them.
I don't know. I still pick Starbucks because at least the vegan thing has like a framework around it. Like it starts in a good place.
I was gonna say I'm gonna choose Starbucks too because I feel like at least there's like even the people who are faking. Because the people who actually are very dedicated about it.
Faking.
No, I'm saying the people who are very dedicated, I have a lot of respect for. The people who are like just doing it for the name or just doing it for the title.
I don't think. Okay, to be fair though, I don't think most people go vegan just for the funsies of going vegan. It's not exactly an easy thing.
Oh no, it isn't. And I know not lots of people. That's the thing. I don't know too many people who do it because it is so difficult.
Yeah, I don't know, but at least vegan has a cause. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying Starbucks is bad. People go to Starbucks. I don't care.
Like they look. I think they legitimately have good coffee. I just can't afford it. I'm not gonna.
I'm not shooting for sponsorship by Starbucks, so yeah, no, I'm not.
We shut down so many potential sponsors. Although Lego might like us because we talked good about Lego.
Dude, but Lego is just the best.
That's true. So you should make Lego versions of us.
Whoa. Whoa. Is the timer going?
I didn't even start the timer.
Joe.
I think it's been 2.5 minutes.
I think it has been too. I thought we were stopping.
Oh, yeah, we're done for today. So we can maybe do one in another 6 weeks. Or whatever it was.
Okay.
But anyway, we're not gonna go over what we learned today because there's so many topics. But if we could just say our Twitter handles again real quick.
I haven't been on Twitter in like 2 weeks, but if you want to go creep, my handle is @ambajay, which is @AMBAHJAY.
She's the upside down girl that looks like she just got out of middle school.
Ew.
Yo, my name's Alec Perros. No, my name's Black Celtic, BLVCKCELTIC. I tweet from time to time about my daily ventures or how supposedly.
That one time.
Yeah, supposedly I tweet about Starbucks all the time.
No, one time.
Okay, one time. Thank you.
That keeps coming up over and over again.
And I'm Pogie_Joe, POGIE_Joe. You can listen to us at SoundCloud/CYN podcast, and also now on iTunes. Ultimately, can you not?
Can you not?
Yeah.
That was Amber that time, not Jesse.
That laugh though. Your laugh. I love your laugh though. It's better than mine. It's not like ga 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 ga.